Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Didn't think you'd hear from me today. This is Sunday. Hell yeah, you're gonna hear from me. But before we get into today's lessons, and I did my homework and everything. I've actually been playing in the book of Kings, the first book of Kings, and of course it comes with the second book. They're supposedly they used to be together, and of course I can pretty much understand why. But it's not really. It doesn't really have that that great of news in it. Okay. Evidently, it has something to do where David, who God found some kind of favor with. And remember, David is you, me, could be anybody, but the idea is that in our book it's David, and which is the father of Solomon. So it would be like, oh my God, this King David, and then his son is this Solomon guy, and we know that our story is that son would mean that's our messenger between him and God, and they connect them up pretty good. But then it's his turn, and he screws it all up. Even though he builds this temple and does all this stuff, but he goes and gets married. Has like 700 different wives. So you think about that, and 300 concubines. Well, anyways, totally messes it all up, and everything just goes downhill from there. There's, everyone then, he wants to give you his inheritance that he gave to David, but you have to toe the line. Okay. So here's what I want to go over with you before we get into the main topics. All right. Because I want to try to keep it short. So hang on. All right. And we're going into First Kings, and we're going to chapter 9. We're going to chapter 9 on purpose. Chapter 9 is going to be about consciousness, the consciousness of who and what are you going to be doing. The number 9 means, are you going to be captive, or are you going, which means exiled, kicked out, just like you're no longer welcome, in the kingdom of heaven, or the same way with the very beginning of the story with Adam and Eve when they are kicked out of Eden. And so you also have to understand that this is all inside us. It's all in our minds, and this happens within the midst, which is running up and down. Well, anyways, the number 9 representing consciousness, and that 9 can either be a 666, which is you without God, or it could be a 144,000, which would make it a positive thing. Okay, so it's just either a higher conscious or a lower conscious. Where are you at this particular time? Okay, so anyways, let's read this. That's what I went to 9 to find. Let's just get right down to the heart of it. All right, because that's what 9 will tell you. All right, what's the consciousness behind this? All right, and it came to pass when Solomon had finished the building of the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all Solomon's desires which he was pleased to do. And the Lord appeared to Solomon the second time, and he appeared unto him at Gideon. And the Lord said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and supplication that thou hast made before me. I have hallowed this house which thou hast built, to put my name there forever. And mine eyes and mine heart shall be there perpetually. And if thou wilt walk before me as David thy father walked in integrity of the heart and in the uprightness, to do according to all that I command thee, I will give my statutes that will keep my statutes and my judgments. Okay, so this is the first 4 of those. Okay, these are orders. These are things. He says. So he appeared for him. All right. It has to go in a particular number. So, and it came to pass when Solomon finished the building, the Lord came to him. All right. And then at this is number 2, that the Lord appeared to Solomon the second time and appeared to him in Gibeon. And then third one, that the Lord said unto him, I have heard thy prayer and supplication that thou hast made before me in this house that you built, because you built it in your own mind. This is your own place. This is his house. It's the body right here. So it says, next one is 4. And if thou walk in the way before me as David and thy father walked in integrity of the heart and in uprightness, to do according to all I commanded thee, will my statutes and do my judgments. This is the first 4, that if he did all these things, then and then it says number 5 starts back over here. Then I will establish the throne of thy kingdom upon Israel forever, as I promised to David thy father, saying, there shall not fail thee a man among the throne of Israel. Now, number 5 is representing the body. So he's talking about that, this is where the throne is going to be coming to you. And that after this, you can't fail because you'll always have this guy on your side. You'll always be connected. All right. And so this is this idea that there shall not fail thee a man upon the throne of Israel. This is a promise. But if ye shall at all turn from following me, ye or your children, and will not keep my commandments and my statutes, which I had set before you, but go and serve other gods and worship them. This is number 6. Number 6 is this place where we go to him. 6 is about our works. And it says here that you're going to turn from following me. Because remember, this is the way. The way is the internal workings. This is how we go in and pray and open this door and communicate and talk to God. The covenant is the rainbow bridge inside of us. And we find it on number 6. And it says here that but if thou shalt all turn from following me, ye or your children, and not keep my commandments and my statutes, which I've set before you, and you go and serve other gods and worship them. This is number 6. Now 7 generally becomes the Lord's day. This is what he makes his particular proclamation, and we've jumped over from 6 to 7, but we'll see what it says. Then will I cut off Israel out of the land which I have given them, and this house which I have hallowed for thy name, for my name, will I cast out of my sight. In Israel shall be a proverb and a byword among all people. So do you understand this? This is number 7. 7's representing this. Okay. This is usually when he hooks you up. This is when you are connected to God. He's cutting us off here. You're cut off at this particular place. You're not going to go and see this death. You're not ever going to hook up with God this way. And what happens? Why? This is what we'll find out, because number 8's talking about control. What happened that got you into this place and now you're stuck? What happens? And it says, in this house which is high, every one that passes by it shall be astonished and shall hiss. And they shall say, why has the Lord done thus unto this land and to his house, and to this house? This is what God, what has done this? And number 9 is just what we're talking about, the consciousness of it all. Why did God do this to us? Why did God make us feel like this? Why has he done this to these people? What's going on? And they shall answer, because they forsook the Lord their God, who brought forth their fathers out of the land of Egypt, and have taken hold upon other gods, and have worshipped them, and served them. Therefore hath the Lord brought upon them all this evil. All right. As far as we have to go on that, all right, before we have to chat about it, you'd have to understand that even Solomon fails in this story because he takes on other wives. He has to. He just is taken on by greed. And then the whole idea that becomes that he gets, there's the number that comes up in here somewhere where we get 666. He's taken over by the lower mind. He's taken back in. It's been taken to the, you know, he's been taken not to the cleaners because, you know, he's making money, is this and that. But as the stories go, as these different things are happening through the world here, there are certain kings that are in charge of certain things, and you'll find that no longer are they able to go and get gold and silver. That the ships don't work. So that's the idea that your messengers. There's no messengers. All these, everything starts to halt. Everything starts to fall apart because nobody is honoring God's word. And the main thing here that we're looking at, and what we teach here in this channel, is how to honor mother and father, how to bring the two sides of our brain together, which can be brought up. That's the whole point of this. But the story I want to talk about is Jezebel and Ahab. All right, because this is a wonderful little story within these stories. And all these are wonderful stories within these stories. But this, what I just read to you, is the problem that the whole world is in, because this is representing everybody, and that God has put us in this particular place because at first, for some reason, we just couldn't do it, you know, and people still don't do it, and it pretty much is saying it's right in front of your face, right in front of your face, and you're not doing it. You turn your backs to me, you know. So anyways, you guys, we are on the right road here. Don't ever let anybody try to talk you out of it. We are people that read the Bible correctly. We are the teachers of this Bible. We would be the true teachers of both sides of this Bible. We know the Bible that well. Don't let people talk to you into being anything other than this beautiful light that God has turned us into. And just remember where we came from. You know, and that might help us get over some of these people's and their attitudes. You know, I've been starting to have a little more fun, you know, but I don't think that they're getting my humor, not yet. But anyways, I love you guys, and I'm going to be back here in a little bit talking about the other part of Kings. All right, one about Jezebel and them. What caused me to get in on this is because that Rabbi Jonathan Kahn, the con man, he pits those two together as if that's Hillary Clinton and stuff. You know, I mean, I could see, you know, but anyways, this idea that these guys, he writes a book about the Arvingers of God, and he keeps pushing his playbook on the Bible. And he just happens to be, you know, someone that's have been asked to talk to Congress and meet up with leaders and stuff like that. And it's just like, you know, just like things today, important things are being handled by clowns and by the, you know, the comedians and stuff like that. Anything that's supposed to be important's got a clown attached to it. Just crazy. All right, I love you guys. I hope you guys up out of this. All right. But this is the reason why everybody in the world, this is it. This little thing that I just read to you. Kings chapter 9. That's the conscious level of our world. Of everybody on this earth. All right. Except a few of us. All right. And we're trying to get more people over here. We're not gloating about it. We teach people how to do it. We teach people how to do what we do. All right. Bring them over to the right side. That's what we do. We save people. All right. And if they be mean to you, then you know, you're supposed to leave and not make fun of them. But you know, fair game. You know, God's love is a tough love. I see you.